Hey Merrill Cubs! So again, we're talking all about optimism and finding the good and the silver lining and things in life. So this book is just a cute little one about brightening up other people's days and the impact you can have on other people. So it's called Bubbles on the Bus, and it's a story by Joy Cowley, and it's illustrated by Larry Ross. It all began when Baby Gubble opened his bottle of bubble stuff. He blew a bubble and watched it bubble down the middle of the bus. Then his brother Bobby Gubble grabbed the bottle of bubble stuff and blew a string of big bright bubbles that bounced and bobbled on the bus. "Stop that, boys," said Mrs. Gumble, snatching the bottle of bubble stuff. But then she dropped it, and it wobbled toward the back of the jiggling bus. "Beautiful bubbles," cried Mrs. Hubble, as she boldly blew a few. "I love bubbles," said Mr. Hubble, and he blew some big ones too. Soon everyone was blowing bubbles from the bottle of the bubble stuff, while Baby Gubble giggled and wriggled and tried to catch them in the bus. "Bubble trouble," said Mrs. Gubble, as Bubbles settled on her shoe. The bus was filled with big fat bubbles, gold green and pink and blue. "What about me?" said Barb the driver, grabbing the bottle of bubble stuff. She blew a super double bubble through the window of the bus. Then down the road the big bus rumbled to stop beside a store. A rush of bubbles gushed and tumbled out the bus's door. "Oh, you boys," said Mrs. Gumble, bursting bubbles in her path. "See what you've done? The city bus has turned into a bubble bath." But Barb the driver said, "No problem. There's nothing to discuss. These two brilliant Gubble brothers have brightened up our boring bus." All the other passengers waved and cheered and made a fuss. Thank you, clever Gubbles, for the bubbles on the bus." So in this story, they turned something not so great, right? They were kind of playing with bubbles that they probably shouldn't have been playing with on the bus into something really good. Everyone was like, you know what, this is awesome. People found happiness in something really small, like bubbles on a bus. So that just kind of goes to show that you just never know what kind of little impact you might have on somebody. And then you think it's going to be really little, but it turns into a big thing because everyone said their day was brightened just by having some bubbles on the bus. So I want you to be thinking about different ways that you can help find optimism and inspire happiness in other people, especially while we're socially distancing. Have a good one.